Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Guys at Magic. This is Hunter, Shane, David, and Steven. Say what up, boys.
What's up, nerds?
Yep.
I'm going first. God damn it, dude.
What's up, guys?
We are back another day, another dose of spoilers, going through all of the rares and mythics that they announced today on Friday, April 8th. So let's not hesitate any longer and just jump straight into these. The first one, Maestros Ascendancy. Maestros Ascendancy is a enchantment that cost a blue, black, and red. It states, once during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard by sacrificing a creature in addition to paying its other costs. If a spell cast this way would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. David, what do you think of this card?
It's like a fixed version of Kess, Dissident Mage, and it's not stable to a creature. It's in the same colors too. I like on first impression of this card, I feel like I don't know, I feel like this is very deceitful. I feel like this card is honestly probably insane. It is a little bit more fair though, and like you have to have a creature in play for you to be able to sacrifice it, so you have to have at least some kind of a board state set up. But I think this card potentially is really, really, really powerful.
I agree.
I will double agree.
I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
I'm going to disagree with you disagreeing.
I'm just going to say that it seems very like meh. David said it himself. There's other cards that do this. You got to have a card to just like you got to get rid of a creature. Like, come on, dude.
I mean, if I've seen anything from this set so far, it's very token oriented to a certain extent. I don't think you'll have an issue having the creatures to sacrifice. And I think to be able to have a permanent that's not a creature on the board, that's an enchantment instead, especially for 3 mana to then continuously replay spells that you've already used, I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't think every deck's going to care about tokens. So like the one token deck, if you can do this, then that's cool and all. But like, if not, you're getting rid of your cards unless the card cares about it dying. Like we do have cards that say, when they die, draw a card, and that's in red, so that could be a thing. So there are ways to do the thing, but I don't know. It just seems like a very specific thing.
Haven't you said in the
What?
past
What I say?
to run the card?
No, yeah, in EDH, but in standard, it's like probably the same thing. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just don't think that this is great.
I mean, think of it like this. This is basically like a cheaper Lear almost. You know what I mean? Like
Of the Drown?
Yeah, to a certain
That dude's
extent.
nuts, though, bro. That dude
nuts.
says you can't have counters. This just says replay cards as discarding or getting rid of a creature.
Going back with my original comparison, though, I compared this to Cass, which is one of the strongest commanders in the entire game.
Yeah, but so this is an enchantment.
Which arguably is harder to get rid of.
Yeah.
Suck my dick. I don't like it.
Okay. Well, I think we all have a different opinion on that.
House divided. House divided.
Let's move on to the next card. The next one is Maestros Diabolist. Maestros Diabolist is another blue, black, red 1/4 creature vampire warrior. It's got death touch and haste. It says whenever Maestros Diabolist attacks, if you don't control a devil token, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red devil creature token with, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target.
This is my kind of card.
Pretty good. I saw a lot of people talking about how they wish it was just Rakdos.
Yeah. That's my only complaint with the set so far, is that all the cool vampires that are coming out have blue in them.
Blue's the best color in Magic, though, dude.
Sure.
I don't know if blue is the best color in Vampire.
Yeah, but it's more the fact that like any card that can create a card that's coming in attacked, tapped and attacking. So it's like 1 for the price of 2. That seems pretty good to me. And
This
it has
is
a
a
thing
great
that if
card.
it dies.
I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
Yeah, no, this card will see play.
I don't think that you actually want to play this in a deck that cares about pushing through that damage. I think what you're doing here is you're utilizing that devil as a sacrifice target. because this
Yeah, but
will
it's
just
tapped and
make more.
attacking though.
Yeah, I mean the thing here being is like, yes, obviously you're trying to not get your opponent to block it, but at a certain point they're going to. This at least is cool in that they're probably not going to block this little thing because it's got Death Touch, so it's just going to trade with whatever.
Yep, I like that.
I mean, that's the main reason why I like this card is the fact that you can just play this. It's a 1/4, and it's Death Touch haste. And I mean, with the red in there, you can definitely pump her up. You know what I mean?
I do think
Pump it up.
that in a lot of circumstances, though, you're going to find yourself where this is a 3-mana 1/4 that's just like it's going to push that 1 damage in per turn and not really do a whole lot besides that.
Well, it's gonna push in more than 1, right? Guaranteed 2.
Not guaranteed to.
Why?
If they kill the devil, it deals a damage.
You can ping whenever you
Okay.
want. Yeah.
All
Guaranteed
right.
to.
But if they get rid of the 1/4, then they only get the 1.
Oh, right, but it's got the. So what I'm saying is like this is statted defensively, but it's an aggressive card. So that's pretty cool.
The second time we've seen that. The other one
Yeah.
with Devilish Valet yesterday.
I like it. I think it's a good card.
Yeah, I think it'll see play. Next up, Evelyn the Covetous. Evelyn the Covetous, it costs 2, a blue or black, a black or red, for a 2/5 legendary creature, vampire rogue. It's got flash. It says, whenever Evelyn or another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of each player's library with a collection counter on it. Once each turn, you may play a card from exile with a collection counter on it if it was exiled by an ability you controlled, and you may spend mana as though it were any color to cast it.
Interesting.
I don't know if I like the way they're doing.
No, the 100%, dude. Like it should be 2 and then the black and then the half and half. Like why the fuck would you split that up? Makes no sense.
Because you can do 3 black. You can pay 3 black if you wanted
But
to.
it won't. What I'm saying is it wouldn't matter. I'm just talking about the way it's presented. You could play 3 black no matter what.
It's to make these cards easier to cast. I mean, if you're playing in a 3-color set and your mana base isn't fucking phenomenal, it's going to be really difficult to get this thing out.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
kind of
disagreeing.
fixes itself.
Okay, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying it should literally say 2 and then a black and then the half. Like it's 2 and then the half and then the black and then a half. That just looks
see what you
stupid as
mean.
fuck. Yeah.
Oh, for the formatting
Like,
issues, I think they do it
visually. That looks bad.
I think they do that intentionally in Blueberg order because blue comes before black and then red comes after black.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, I guess, in Wooburg, but in like the just design wise, it looks
I
terrible.
like the chaos.
Sure you do.
All right, let's
All
talk
right.
about the card itself.
The card's great.
It could be a
feel
fun
like
commander.
You can literally play this on the opponent's end step, and then literally as soon as it does that, it does its thing, and then you can play that card after you untap all your mana.
There's a chance to whiff, though. And that's David's thing, isn't it, David?
I think that the chance to whiff here is actually almost non-existent, to be completely honest with you. Because
Non-existent.
it's not just whenever she comes in, it's whenever any vampire enters the battlefield under your control as well. So she really benefits you for being able to play things. She's going to be exiling 1 card. And the flash ability on this too, with the big booty.
It includes yourself too. It's each player, so I mean, you get a chance to see what you got going on too.
I think this card is actually really good.
I agree.
What's interesting to me is the text that says by an ability you control. This is the only ability that makes collection counters.
I don't know. Maybe there's another collection counter out there that's either going to be printed or maybe one that we're not familiar with.
I mean, what if
Possibility.
what if you're playing standard and your opponent plays this card and exiles a card? You can't play the ones they exile. It's only the ones that you exile. That's probably what it's saying.
I guess that makes sense. But also, sure.
Just saying.
I think this card's dope. Another legendary
baby, let's
creature.
go.
Yeah. We'll talk about it more in depth when we get to our
Commander video?
Commander Grades video.
Having a stroke question mark? Let's go. Okay.
Yeah. I forgot what
Who
the name of
smells
our videos
toast?
were called. Next up, this is Arcane Bombardment. Arcane Bombardment is an enchantment that costs 4 and 2 red. It says, whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, exile an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard. Then copy each card exiled with Arcane Bombardment. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana costs.
Dude, I feel like David won't like this, but in EDH, strictly, this is David's bread and butter with like the chaos factor. Like, I fucking love this.
It's a very powerful card,
I don't know how
especially
you
super
feel with
powerful.
this,
if you get
but
a
I'm gonna hold
random extra turn card
But the
exiled.
fact that it's the random part that I know is not good, but that also makes it fun, I think. It gets so fucking random.
Oh, David's so quiet. I'm so excited right now.
It's gonna be, no, it's gonna be bad. No, it's gonna be bad. I'm just saying, like, it's a
Shh.
coin flip deck, dude.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, 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 wait.
Okay,
Dave,
okay.
what do you think?
I'm just sitting here smiling. Yeah, no, this card's not good. The word random
know.
on it completely kills it for
I
me.
know,
I
I
also
know.
I know that this card does a lot of really powerful things, and if left unchecked, it can be absolutely nuts. But my thought on this is like, where would you want to play it? I don't like the
No idea.
random factor, and unless like I don't know, because I was thinking, I was like, do I want this in like a burn deck? No,
Probably
because
not.
I
No,
don't
yeah.
want to be casting a 6-mana spell in a burn deck. Do I want this in a
Nope.
storm deck? No, because there's other things that I could be doing. And most of the time, like a lot of those spells, either A, they're low to the ground and cheap, or B, there are a lot of like rituals and things that make mana for me, so I can just continue to like combo off that way. So I don't know where this goes that's like super optimal for it.
I see this in a,
I
like,
see it. Is it?
I'll say, is it or red white with like the, what's that big dragon? The fucking new dragon that's out. I can't think of his name, but
The
be like-
Elder Dragon from Strixhaven?
no, the one that just came out. The one that's like, whenever you play a card or something, it gives it a counter somewhere. We just saw it, like the
Oh,
one in the
yesterday's
last
cards?
set. Yeah. But I can see it in something like a deck like that. I mean, that's more of a mid range.
Viatora,
Is that no? See,
the
now
Incinerator.
I'm still thinking of the wrong card. Sorry. It's the one
I
that's in
guess-
Kamigawa, dude. It's like a fucking
Oh, Kamigawa.
yeah. That was that just happened.
I thought you meant yesterday's spoilers.
No. Sorry, that last set, or I guess that's current set.
At the end of the day, I think the only question you have to ask yourself is it going to be in your deck?
No, it's
He said, "Is it?"
fuck you, dude.
Yeah, there it is.
I just think that if you can exile a take another turn spell, it's busted at that point. I think you can
Yo.
bust this card.
Also, I'll say this, David, just to get rid of your random card. Let's say you have 2 lands and 1 spell. It's not random anymore.
I mean, I get it, and I know that there's ways to play around it, but like, A, if I'm playing this in like a 60 card constructed format, I think that this is way too slow. And B, if I'm playing this in EDH, you really are wanting me to play a Spellslinger deck that's not interacting before I have 6 mana. Like, there's no
okay.
way I'm not gonna have something else in my graveyard.
True. I guess it wouldn't be a spell slinger. Like, let's just say you're playing like whatever. We're talking too much about this card. It's random, but
Yeah, but then at that point, if I'm not playing Spellslinger, like I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna hit one target, and then
Well,
that
yeah.
target's gonna be gone forever because it exiles the target that you use. So like even the extra turn
Yeah.
spells, I don't even think that they're like super busted with this.
Okay, but what if it was like a counter you play for the first turn, and like multiple people played a thing, and you can counter multiple things? Maybe I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe your first spell.
You know what I think that people want to see?
What?
I think that people want to see us play a game where we all build decks with
Okay.
cards that David say are bad.
I'm not saying this is bad. I just this is a card that like on the surface it really wants to present as like this great and super powerful thing, and I don't think that's what this is. I think this is like very, very niche. It has its moments where it can shine. I just think that in most circumstances it's not going to be great.
Agreed.
All right,
Moving on.
let's move on. I think this is my favorite card of the day. This is Professional Facebreaker. Professional Facebreaker is 2 and a red for a 2/3 creature human warrior. It's got Menace. It says whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. You can also sacrifice a treasure to exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn.
Interesting.
Ooh, this is a nice card.
I'm really looking forward to all the new treasure token makers in this set. so that I can put a ton of them into Corvold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think using treasures as a way to pseudo card draw is awesome.
Yeah, I would agree. So I'm gonna say right now in standard at least, this card is statted and like everything about this card is the exact copy of that werewolf that is being seen everywhere. Like, so is this card better than that? Because I don't think it'll take the spot of that in those decks.
What werewolf?
The one that comes in and gives something haste and +1 whatever,
okay.
like that. That card's bonkers. It's the exact same stats. Everything is the exact same, but menace and the effect. So, like, is this card better than that card?
do you like extra mana and drawing cards? Because that's what this card does.
I
Yeah.
do, but I feel like it's just so okay. So then it's a different deck. I guess you're right, different deck, because they do different things.
I
They
think
do
that
different things.
this is low to the ground where it's not necessarily going to like start competing with other cards in the format. You're not looking at this as like, is this going to be my 5 or 6 drop? Like, as this being a 3 drop, you have some freedom, and I don't think that you have to be like, do I play this one or this one? There is a world in which you can just say, I will play both.
You could.
I mean, this
One's
card
a
just
4 of,
screams
but yeah.
two things to me:
What does it scream?
Rakdos, Revel, and Riches.
Okay.
Yeah. This card will more than likely go into my Kalane deck.
So that's definitely not standard, Steven, but okay. I got you.
Hey, man, give the people what they want.
I
What
mean,
do they want, dude?
A lot of people talking about Prosper Tomebound as well as a huge
Oh, yeah,
upgrade
yeah.
because you
still don't
exile
like that.
cards. You hate that card,
Oh,
David.
dude, I hate that card with such a passion.
I don't know why it's so good, dude.
Also, can we talk about the flavor of professional facebreaker punching you and taking your money and making treasures?
Dude, he's
It's
taking
pretty
your
good.
lunch money, dude.
I don't
It's
want
pretty
anyone
good.
to fuck me. Moving on.
What a dick, David.
Next up, we have Fight Rigging. Fight Rigging is an enchantment that costs 2 and a green. It's got a hideaway of 5. Remember what hideaway is? You look at the top 5 cards. You can exile one face down, put the rest in the bottom of your library in any random order. And it says at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then, if you control a creature with power 7 or greater, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost.
I don't know how you
Interesting.
cannot like this card.
That's actually interesting, yeah.
For 3
That's,
mana, putting a 1/1 counter each combat. It's pretty good.
I'd say that's adding modifiers everywhere. That's pretty good for
Yeah.
3 mana. Holy shit, yeah.
And you hide away 5, so you can look at the top 5 and just kind of see what you want to keep.
Or like what
And
you don't want to see.
getting to power 7 is not that hard either.
Especially in green.
Wow,
I
that's a
do
really
feel
good card.
like at that point it becomes win more, but the first ability on this card is still really, really impactful there. So
Yeah, this
Being able to look at the top 5 and be like, I don't want these. Get them out. Let's draw some more.
is an A enchantment in my book.
Yeah, this will go in the green deck 100%, dude.
Yeah, you put that with what's that called? Unnatural growth.
True.
Ooh, that's the easy way to get to 7, right?
Yeah.
Hardened scale.
Mono green stoppy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like they needed more help, dude.
It's pretty nuts. All right, let's move on to another card.
So funny, like when we get to a card that's good, we're just like, yep, it's good. All right, bye.
Well, because we have nothing that like it's not. When we all agree on something, it sucks. But like, let's just be very clear. That was a great card.
It really was.
you know what? I'm just gonna say that it was good. I'm gonna argue with you.
Okay. Well, you want to talk about it for a minute, Dave? You want to go back and fucking?
You know what? Yeah, actually, I do want to file a formal complaint. The fact that this is a card that says fight that does not reference the fight mechanic at all.
That's why it's rigging. It's rigged.
They're hiding it, dude. They're like, oh, I'm gonna take your money, put it under my pillow, and then I'm gonna throw the fight. This rhino that's getting fucking sucker punched, he threw the fight, dude.
No one puts their money under their pillow, dude. It's
Yeah,
in the
Steven,
match.
everyone does, dude.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's throwing a fight at all.
How do you get
That
money
other-
from Tooth Fairy, Steven?
Tooth Fairy.
Not the money.
Wait, you put your tooth in there. Let's move on.
I mean, but the money does come off the pillow after, right?
Hide
True,
the
so
tooth fairy when you were younger, dude.
So the money's under the pillow regard. Shut up, Steven.
Listen here, tooth fairy. I'm gonna give you a nickel, but I want $1.
All right. Next card is Omniseer Arbiter, or All-Seeing Arbiter. I'm pretty sure it's Omniseer, though. Omniseer Arbiter is 4 and 2 blue for a 5/4 creature avatar. It's got flying. It states, whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Also, whenever you discard a card, target creature an opponent controls gets -X -0 until your next turn, where X is the number of different mana values among cards in your graveyard.
Interesting.
It's a little specific for me.
I mean, it's a lot of specific, but it's kind of interesting still.
This
6
is gonna
mana.
beat the shit out of you in draft.
It really will. That's hands down. But like in constructed,
Neutering your opponent's creature until your next turn is pretty powerful.
that's basically what Jace does a couple times. Like that's really good.
I just love
Okay.
the fact that when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you draw 2 and you can get rid of just 1.
Got flying. It's a big flyer too. Holy fuck.
Mm.
This is a
Vitro
fucking, this is a
Omnivente.
limited bomb, dude.
Dr. Manhattan, dude, look at him.
Where's his dick?
I mean, this, Jesus Christ.
I knew that was coming.
That's gross. 100%. Oh.
I think it's like Dr. Manhattan, this would be way more broken.
What do you think of this card, David?
I think it's fine, dude. I think it's fine. Like for draft, it's a big problem. For standard, I don't know because I feel like it's a little expensive.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
6
it's a little
mana, though.
expensive.
And then for EDH, it's not my style at all, to be honest. But that doesn't mean the card's bad.
It does look like we are getting a cycle of these cards that cost 4 and 2 of the color.
So basically, remember the last time we got was it avatars? The ones where they're literally unplayable. The whole like if you cast it from
The
your hand.
Myogens.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So maybe this is like a better version. Yeah, I don't know. This seems like a better version. Because those Myogens had really good abilities, but they were literally unplayable.
No, they were definitely playable. That's why they were put in a set.
But they weren't playable.
They were commander-only cards.
Yeah, that makes no sense, Steven.
You could still play them.
You could play them, but
No.
you'd be stupid, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You could not play them. There was a secret flavor.
It said literally do not play.
Yep, there you go.
If you play, you lose the game. That's what it said.
You play, you lose
Alright.
the game.
Let's move on.
Shut up, dude.
So that was all of the rares and mythics that were announced in today's spoilers. We are going to talk about 2 other cards, though, that are from the pre-con commanders that Magic accidentally posted
Oops.
on their gallery page. They meant to
There's no
do the alternate arts of the face commanders they already shown, and instead they just showed 2 alternate commanders. So people took that and went with
Alright.
it.
There's no such thing as an accident.
The alternate commander to the Naya deck is Phabine, Boss's Confidant. Phabine, Boss's Confidant is 3, a red, a green, and a white for a 3/6 legendary creature, Cat Advisor. It says creature tokens you control have haste. It has parley, which means at the beginning of combat on your turn, each player reveals the top card of their library. For each land card revealed this way, you create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. Then creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn for each non-land card revealed this way. Then each player draws a card.
This card's awful.
It's awful. I hate it too, dude.
There's only
It's-
one piece of text on this card that's good, and it's the
Yeah,
creature
dude.
tokens you control have haste.
Oh, I was gonna say it's parley.
Parley, dude.
I don't like the fact that it lets you it draws cards for your opponent.
Why? You're helping everybody.
I don't
Right?
like group hug.
Group hug. You help me make creatures and give me 1/1s, and I'll give you card draw, right?
Now I know the way that this works. I've tried to do group hug with you guys, and I'm like, hey, you guys can draw some extra cards, and then you use those extra cards to beat the shit out of me. I don't. Nope.
Nope, dude. You are dumb. That's not how group hug works. You group fuck us. It's different.
Hey, at least you're showing everybody what you're about to draw.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
This card isn't good.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
You know, I think David can agree with me. This card would be 10 times better if it said parlay.
All right, we're
I
going to
would-
move on to the next other one that they accidentally showed us. This is Cross Defense Contractor. Cross Defense Contractor is 1, a green, a white, and a blue for a 2/4 legendary creature cat advisor. We got cats up in here. This one says at the beginning of your upkeep, put a shield counter on target creature and opponent controls. Whenever you put one or more counters on a creature you don't control, tap that creature and goad it. It gains trample until end of turn. Until next turn.
That makes literally no sense. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
You're tapping it and goading it? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it's on your upkeep. So during their next step, they'll untap it. It's basically allowing you to swing at them, and then basically they can't attack you back with it.
Oh, Steven, you're so smart. Okay.
You're also preventing them from being able to block with said creature for 2 turns.
Yes,
But you're giving it a shield counter.
but you're
Did
goading
somebody
it.
say infect counters?
No, it says shield counter, dude.
It says whenever you put one or more counters on a creature you don't control.
Yeah, shield.
Any
Um,
kind of counter, baby.
This
Let's
is gonna
go.
be really good in Atraxa.
Wait, I would love to go ahead and clarify something real quick. Hunter, how do you put an infect counter on a card?
-1/-1 counters, David, you fuckface.
Hey, we got there, David.
It's just like it's not a thing. What you're looking for here is like you're not swinging in with infect.
All right. You know what I meant.
Did I though?
A -1/-1 counter.
I just like to see goad on a card that's not red.
It's a cool mechanic. I like this a lot more than the other cat.
I
Same.
don't like cats, dude.
What kind of cat advisors are we going to get with the other decks?
Who
Bro,
knows?
I want a blue, black, red cat.
We'll find one
That'd be
just for
sick.
you. But that is it. That is all of the cards that were announced today for April 8th, 2022. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Leave a comment down below telling us what your favorite card is. Before we go, what is your favorite card today?
I like that
Oh.
face puncher dude.
You can't
Same.
talk now, David. I'm gonna pick Evelyn, dude. She got a fat ass.
Wow, are we all picking different cards? Actually, Hunter, you go first.
I said professional facebreaker.
Oh, come on. All right.
Bet.
Well,
I love that
at
card.
the end of the day, the best card, we are all wrong, by the way, is Fight Rigging.
I was
Good
gonna
one.
pick that one, so I'll just give it to you, dude.
Well, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Again, thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. We don't say that enough around here, but we are extremely thankful. We are going to be doing a giveaway of an entire box of Streets of New Capenna. As soon as this spoiler season is over, we'll make a little announcement about that. Follow us on our Instagram and Twitter. That is @GuysThatMagic. And until next time, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Goodbye, nerds.
No. Okay.